Hello! Today we will overview how to use the User Permissions feature in our Headgrower app. This feature is unique to Headgrower and is a useful tool in managing everyone in your greenhouse. This video will cover adding users, editing user permissions, and also removing users. First, you'll want to log into Headgrower. If you're doing a free trial, you can go ahead and bypass this screen with the Add Payment Details Later button. And then once you arrive at the My Controller screen, you can tap the gear icon in the top right to go to Settings. Under the General Information section right here, you'll see the button that we're going to use mostly in this video, entitled User Access. Go ahead and press that, and it will bring you to a screen where it will show each user that you already have set up with your account. Go ahead, in order to add a user, press the Add a User button at the bottom. And here, all you have to do is enter the email address of the desired user. Remember that this email has to be a registered free account with Headgrower. If the desired user has not made an account yet, you can use the link in the description to see our tutorial on setting it up. Once their account is set up, you can enter their email here and press Save. And go ahead and press Save. And now once you add a new user, it will automatically bring you to a screen to edit their permissions. On this screen, you can see 3 columns with rows for each controller you have on your account, including a spot for a wind-rain alarm or a weather sensor if you have one. The first column here allows you to edit if the user can view a controller. To edit these permissions, you simply tap in the box corresponding to the proper controller, like so. By tapping the box again, you can take the permission back away. The second column reflects a user's ability to change settings on the controller. The same goes for the checkboxes as the first column. You'll notice that if you select changing settings for a controller, it will automatically select the view controller data, as that's necessary to change the settings. Finally, the final column edits the user's ability to edit other users' permissions, effectively transferring bits of the owner's admin permissions. And the same goes for the checkboxes. Keep in mind, if you do that one, it'll select the other 3. So to demonstrate all this, I will edit the permissions of this email, then log into that email to show the results. Let's first start with a blank slate by disabling all of these. And now I'll first enable the first 3 controllers to show on this user's account. There they are. Now, I want the user to be able to change settings on only 2 of them. So let's do that. Now, the Greenhouse 1, once we go to that account, we'll see that I should not be able to enter or change the settings for Greenhouse 1. And then finally, I want the user to have admin permissions and be able to modify other users' permissions pertaining to the last controller, Greenhouse 3. So I'll select the Edit User Access checkbox. Now, let's go log into that account to see the results. Alright, so here I am back at the login screen with the user email that we just edited permissions for, ready to log in. So you can go ahead and log in. Alright, so the first thing we'll see is that I have all 3 greenhouses showing up as we put in for my permissions. So first off, Greenhouse 1, we put as just view. We should not be able to edit any settings. So if we go into there, you'll see that we can see all the settings. You'll see it says view only right there. And then if we go into, say, our Vent 1 to change that to off, you'll see it has save disabled. You don't have edit permissions, and the save button does not work. So that's working. Now for Greenhouse 2, we gave us view settings as well as edit settings. So if we go there, you'll see it doesn't have the view only. And we can go into, say, our Cool 1, change it to off, and then press save. And then it'll sync and do that. So, and then finally for Greenhouse 3, we are also able to edit the admin permissions. So if we go in here, first you can see that we can save things. But then if you go back to the settings and user access, you'll see that the settings will look a little different. once we go into user access. And then, so we don't see our own user email, but we see other users of the account. So let's go to megan@bartinst.com, and you'll see that this looks very different because we only have the admin permissions enabled for Greenhouse 3. So instead of seeing a list with everything, we just see Greenhouse 3, and we can then edit the permissions just like we could from the admin account, but only for Greenhouse 3. So you can disable all, just put view or change settings, or even give this person edit user access as well so they can do the same. All right, so that does appear to be working. Now we'll go ahead and log back into the admin account to go over one final feature. You can delete users from the same screen as changing permissions. Once you're logged back in as the admin, you can go back to the gear icon to once again return to settings. Press user access once again, and then click the user you would like to remove. Notice that there is not a button for delete user. Instead, you must disable all permissions by pressing the checkbox under View Controller Data and next to Disable All. With everything disabled, go ahead and just press the back arrow. Now, a prompt should show up asking you to delete the user. Press Remove, and that's all. And that's it. By using these features as an owner, you can divide up responsibility and better organize your greenhouse structure and arrangement. We hope you enjoy using Headgrower. Remember that if you had any trouble throughout this process, we are always available by phone and email for support. Remember to like our Facebook page or follow us on Twitter or Instagram for the latest updates and information. We also have an e-newsletter for other information and tips, and you can see many other tutorials on our YouTube channel for other issues you might have. Thanks!